My parents weren't fluent in English, so in school, I had to be independent and take initiative. And that's how I handle every project I get.
Scott? But I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O's for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6.
Eagle Eye has done a great job.
And welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6.
We are just having a great time here in Auburn, Alabama. The party is not over yet.
Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Johnny Canninger.
And I'm Allison Thomas. Thank you for joining us.
Former NFL and Auburn football running back standout Rudy Johnson has died in Florida at the age of 45. The exact circumstances of his death were not disclosed. The Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office said a preliminary investigation suggests Johnson's death was by suicide, with foul play not suspected. In his football career, Johnson starred for the Auburn Tigers for one season, in which he earned Southeastern Conference Player of the Year accolades. He was a fourth-round pick by Cincinnati in the 2001 NFL Draft, going on to play 7 seasons for the Bengals. Johnson's final pro season was with the Detroit Lions in 2008. Auburn University, in a statement, called Johnson, quote, one of the best to ever wear the orange and blue. The Cincinnati Bengals team president described him as a, quote, fine person and excellent running back.
With gun violence conversations happening around the world, Alabama state representatives proposed gun prevention initiatives to combat gun violence in East Alabama. Eagle Eye reporter Morgan Sims reports.
Gun violence continues to be a pressing issue in our communities, taking countless lives every day. Behind every statistic is a person, a family shattered, and a society searching for answers. Here at Greater Peace Missionary Baptist Church in Opelika, Representative Jeremy Gray and Representative Philip Ensler proposed a regional conflict resolution and violence prevention initiative for East Alabama.
The conflict resolution program has been in Montgomery Public Schools now for 3 years. We got state funding that goes to the school system. The school system hires counselors that are specifically trained and focused on conflict resolutions.
Members of Moms Demand Action, a movement of people who advocate for public safety measures against gun violence, also mediated the initiative meeting to encourage a public forum. One of the key takeaways from this meeting is in order to make a difference, the community must start with the youth.
We have to kind of understand what's going on, what's happening with the young people. What is it that is causing us to be in this manner where we feel like our first recourse is guns?
Representative Ensler also touches on what gun violence does to the mind.
I taught at a public high school in Montgomery and have lost 10 of my former students in the years since then, and in a variety of situations. Every situation, though, was tragic and horrible, and I've just seen how much it traumatizes classmates, friends, families, the larger community, just knowing that a young person passed away.
Both Representative Ensler and Representative Gray want the public to reach out to them for any questions or concerns regarding these initiatives. For Eagle Eye News, I'm Morgan Sims.
A Georgia shooting at Augusta Mall on Tuesday left one person dead, according to the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. Authorities in Augusta say the incident was initially reported as an active shooter, but it was actually a fight that spilled into the mall. Officials say about 6 people were involved and 1 person was killed. At least 1 person has been taken into custody. Police are still looking for other possible suspects.
The supporters attended Charlie Kirk's memorial service Sunday. Organizers say more than 200,000 people registered, far exceeding the nearly 74,000 seat limit inside State Farm Stadium. Maribel Gonzalez is in Glendale, Arizona with details on how Kirk was honored.
Tens of thousands of people packing State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona Sunday to say their final goodbyes to assassinated political activist Charlie Kirk. Lines of mourners wrapping around the block to get in.
I need to mourn Charlie, and I wanted to be with the fellow patriots.
We're here to honor a great man that was a man of God.
Several high-profile Republican leaders, including President Donald Trump, speaking at Kirk's memorial. Trump saying this Sunday morning before heading to the service.
Celebrate the life of a great man today. We want to look at it as a time of healing.
The conservative political activist and founder of Turning Point USA was shot and killed earlier this month while speaking at Utah Valley University. He leaves behind a wife and 2 young children. Federal and local law enforcement beefing up security ahead of Sunday's service. The Department of Homeland Security designating the service as a special event assessment level 1, which is reserved for major events like the Super Bowl and Kentucky Derby.
High-profile events such as this, actually, when they're coupled with significant media attention and attendee profile, really present a very attractive target for somebody with malicious intent.
Kirk's memorial comes as political figures are increasingly worried about threats and attempted attacks. The White House recently asked for $58 million in more security funding for executive and judicial branch employees. In Glendale, Arizona, I'm Maribel Gonzalez.
During the memorial service, Kirk's widow, Erica, said she had forgiven her husband's alleged assassin. The president distanced himself from her remarks. He said while Charlie Kirk did not hate his opponents, the president said, quote, "I hate my opponent and I don't want the best for them."
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, you'll get your weekly weather update with Eagle Eye's Kayla Dudinsky. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 6. Don't go anywhere.
We need to go meet the guys. I'm lit. Can you drive?
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Okay.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different.
Pool party at Jesse's. Can you drive? I'm toasted.
Nope, I'm high. But I can order us a ride.
Okay.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different.
Or that the projections would be blood. Next Thursday?
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. My name is Kayla Dudinsky, here with your weather outlook for this week on the plains. The rainy weather will continue tonight, with a potential for showers in the early morning. The rest of Friday will be humid and overcast, with a high of 83 and a low of 65. Saturday will be partly cloudy, with a high of 85 and a low of 64. On Sunday, we're back to hot, sunny skies, with a high of 86 and a low of 65. Moving into next week, we should expect partly cloudy skies, but don't put your sweaters on yet. Even with the official start of fall, it still feels like Alabama summer. Next week, we're seeing highs in the mid-80s and lows in the mid-60s, with little potential for rain. And that's all for this week's weather, folks. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll have a national news update from Allison and Johnny. I'm your weather anchor, Kayla Dudinsky, and you're watching Eagle Eye News at 6. We'll be right back.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end and it at feedingamerica.org.
I was living in a shelter juggling 3 jobs. I had to be resilient. That's something that you can't teach.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah! Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6.
The FBI is investigating a deadly shooting at an ICE facility in Dallas Wednesday as a, quote, act of targeted violence. The Department of Homeland Security says 1 detainee is dead and 2 are in critical condition. According to the FBI, rounds found near the shooter's body had anti-ICE writing on them. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says the shooter died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. 3 sources say that the suspected shooter has been identified as Joshua John. Eric Johnson, the mayor of Dallas, is asking the community to remain calm and patient as the investigation plays out.
The final edition of the U.S. Department of Agriculture's annual food security report comes out in about a month. Now, leaders of the largest food bank in Iowa say the decision to end the decade-old National Food Insecurity Survey will harm people in need. Pepper Papura reports.
At an annual event focused on talking about hunger.
To really raise these community conversations around food insecurity.
A recent political move is dominating the conversation.
The USDA announced that they will no longer, after this year, publish numbers of those who are facing food insecurity across the United States.
In a press release on Sunday, the U.S. Department of Agriculture called an annual study on food insecurity redundant, costly, and politicized, and said the research and reports like it, quote, do nothing more than fearmonger. It went on to say the study, quote, failed to present anything more than subjective liberal fodder, and that food insecurity trends are virtually unchanged despite recent increases in SNAP spending. The decision comes as the Trump administration is pausing or canceling a slew of supports for food banks and changes to SNAP benefits. Changes Food Bank of Iowa CEO and President Tammy Nielsen says will have an unknown impact without the study.
What are the outcomes of these federal cuts? That is lost by not publishing the data.
Nielsen says the food bank did use the study to understand need in the region, but has alternatives to replace it, but says the choice is still hurtful.
Not counting them sends a message that they don't count.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture says it will use other data sets to measure food security.
Jimmy Kimmel Live made its return to television this week after a brief suspension. CNN's Cheryl Hubbard tells us more.
The show, which was abruptly and indefinitely taken off the air last Wednesday, is returning. ABC pulled the show after criticism and threats by the FCC over Kimmel's monologue where he suggested Charlie Kirk's killer was affiliated with the Make America Great Again movement.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them.
First of all, he said a terrible thing about Charlie, but he also suffers from the fact that he's got no talent and he's got no ratings.
Federal Communications Commission Chair Brandon Carr and networks of affiliate stations had threatened ABC over the remarks.
This isn't even a partisan issue. Free speech is the counterweight. It is the check on government control. That is why censorship is the authoritarian's dream. Those are Brendan Carr's words.
Kimmel's suspension sparked national outrage, with many subscribers to ABC's parent company Disney canceling their Disney Plus subscriptions, and protests from New York to LA.
It is our enduring duty as Americans to uphold our right to free speech, not just for Jimmy Kimmel and the hundreds of people who work for him, but for the preservation of our Constitution.
On Monday, a spokesperson for Disney said they suspended the show to cool tension over Kimmel's comments. I'm Cheryl Hubbard reporting.
FIFA has unveiled the mascots for next year's World Cup. Clutch, Maple, and Zayu represent the 3 host nations. FIFA says each mascot symbolizes part of its country's culture. Clutch, the bald eagle, represents the United States. The bird is described as flying over the U.S. while embracing, quote, every culture, game, and moment with boundless curiosity and optimism. Canada's Maple the Moose was born to roam, traveling all throughout that high country to connect with people and highlight the rich culture. Zayu, the jaguar, hails from southern Mexico's jungles and represents the nation's rich heritage. The opening match of the 2026 World Cup kicks off in Mexico City on June 11th. The final is scheduled for July 19th at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. Stick around. When we come back, you'll get an Auburn sports update with Eagle Eye's Hampton Lane. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn News Leader.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay. You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in. Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So,
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Hampton Lane, here to give you this week's sports updates. Let's get right into it. Auburn Soccer has continued their excellent first season under first-year head coach James Armstrong. They sit at 5-2-3, heading into their 4th game in the SEC play. The Tigers have tied both of the Mississippi schools in the conference, but defeated Texas A&M at home last Thursday. They're currently playing LSU over at the Auburn Soccer Complex, or on SEC Network if you can't make it over there, as they look to stay undefeated in SEC games. Another team that's doing well is the Auburn volleyball team. Since the last time I talked about them, they're in the midst of a 6-game win streak, with only giving up 1 set in that stretch. They then lost to Florida State on the road in 4 sets, but swept the Alabama Showdown this past weekend. They now host the Iron Bowl volleyball tomorrow night as they take on a great Alabama team tomorrow night in Neville Arena at 6. Now, continuing on to some more exciting sports news, Auburn's golf team has been back in action and took no time in getting back to the number 1 overall spot. Although the Tigers tied for second, junior Josiah Gilbert finished 6th under to claim the top spot at the Honors Course Invitational last week. Now, it's been more of a disappointing week for some other sports. It was an unfortunate game for former Oklahoma QB Jackson Arnold and his return to the Center State. He was sacked 9 times in the 24-17 loss to the Sooners as the offense could not regularly click. The schedule does not get any easier as the Tigers head back on the road to face another top 15 team, number 9 Texas A&M, before the bye week next week. But if the missed opportunities and some controversial calls on Saturday did not sadden Auburn fans enough, the retirement of long-term basketball head coach Bruce Pearl on Monday definitely did. Although those 11 years may have felt like a short time, the 2-time SEC Coach of the Year gave Auburn fans a lot to be excited about in that time, achieving 3 regular season SEC championships, 2 SEC tournament championships, 6 NCAA tournament appearances, and 7 21 seasons, 4 more than any other coach in program history. And of course, no one can forget 2 Final Four runs, 1 in 2019 and 1 just last year. Folks, if you're really sad about Pearl leaving, don't be too afraid, as Bruce's son, Steven, will be the one leading the Tigers this upcoming season, as he signed a 5-year deal Monday. That's all for sports, folks, but for more Auburn sports, head over to our website, Eagle Eye TV, or EagleEyeAuburn.com, and check out our social media pages. When you come back, you'll get an entertainment update from Eagle Eye's Brooks crew. I'm Hampton Lane for Eagle Eye Sports. We'll be right back.
Did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up, the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Put the keys down, Kevin. But I'm gonna drive home. There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I've taken 25 selfies in the last 10 minutes.
26.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Brooks Crew, here with your entertainment update. We begin tonight with a deeply troubling story out of Los Angeles. Authorities have identified the body of a teenage girl found inside a Tesla impounded this month. Her head and torso were discovered by detectives after employees at Hollywood Tow reported a foul stench coming from the Tesla that had been in the yard for about 5 days. The car is registered to singer David Anthony Burke, better known by his stage name D4VD. The investigation is ongoing and no charges have been filed. Our entertainment crime coverage continues with the latest details. The Directors Guild of America has a new leader. Oscar-winning director Christopher Nolan was elected president of the Guild Saturday evening. The organization has more than 19,000 members. In a statement, the Oppenheimer director said being elected president was one of the greatest honors of his entire career. He takes over for outgoing President Leslie Linka Glatter, who had served 2 terms after being elected in 2021. Nolan will soon be put to the test as the union prepares for negotiations with the major studios next year. In other news, Taylor Swift is headed back to the big screen. The singer's new film, Taylor Swift, the official release party of a showgirl, premieres in theaters on October 3rd. That's the same day her highly anticipated album, The Life of a Showgirl, will drop. The movie theater event will include the debut of her new music video, plus behind-the-scenes footage and lyric videos. Tickets are now on sale for the screenings, which run October 3rd through the 5th. The Summer I Turned Pretty is taking over the world of entertainment. If you've been watching, you may remember Cousins Beach, which is filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina, and its surrounding areas have been used for a number of film and television productions since the 1980s. The coming-of-age drama The Summer I Turned Pretty on Amazon Prime Video has exploded in popularity, and it was filmed in Cape Fear. The Chamber of Commerce says productions like this give the community a boost. And the Wilmington and Beaches Convention and Visitors Bureau says it's bringing in a new type of tourism called set jetting. The series finale was released last Wednesday on Amazon Prime, but the creators have hinted that a feature film is, in fact, in the works. That's all for me. Allison, Johnny, anything else?
It's all for us too, Brooks, but for more Auburn news, you can head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and check out our social media pages. I'm Johnny Canninger.
And I'm Allison Thomas. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. War Eagle.
Yeah, Sam, Elmo. Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet. And Elmo's going to play his drum. Drum loud. Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia. Julia knows. With Julia's autism,